Osho First in the Morning, Day 111, page 62. Life is a gift, but we are so unaware of it that we never thank existence. We don't feel any gratitude. So much is given, yet we remain complaining. We go on asking for more and more, and the misery of the mind is that the more you give, the more it asks for. It becomes more demanding, more stubborn, more arrogant, more violent, more aggressive. And that is not the way to be blissful. That is the way to hell. The way to bliss is through gratitude, thankfulness. Feel thankful for existence. It is given so much. Don't ask for more, and more shall be given to you. Ask, and it shall never be given to you. It is given only to those who are grateful. In gratefulness, they become receivers. In gratefulness, they become worthy. Ask, and you are bound to miss. Never ask for anything from existence. Just go on thanking it for all that it has already done. And you will be surprised that you have found the key. You can have the whole of existence without asking for anything.
Now, with that, typically you hear asking, you shall receive it, or knocking, it shall, be open to you. I'm guessing that's in a different context after hearing that. As far as not necessarily ask for material things, but ask for like wisdom.
Yeah, he's pretty much flipping it, like a lot of the prayers in here in the West, everybody's always asking, like asking for more than what they have, or praying is, but a lot of the people are praying to ask for things, but he's saying just the opposite. Like if you ask, then you won't receive. So you should be thankful for what you have and just everything that this world has given to you. Just being like thankfulness, and then everything that you want will come. Is basically what his teaching is indicating. Like even if you ask for wisdom, it's like the ego. Whatever is asking is the ego asking. So if you pretty much get rid of the ego, and you have no ego, there's nothing to ask for. There's nobody to ask for anything, and you're just a part of existence. And then, ironically, you end up getting what you want when you get to that point. Because basically, asking is desire, and these teachings are trying to get you to free yourself from desire, and then things you end up getting what you wanted to begin with. But then you didn't even want it anyway. It just came on its own, It's more of a meditative way opposed to the opposite. Where it's like ego, striving, desiring.
Now when you bring up desire in the passage where he's talking about like when you ask for stuff, like your mind becomes miserable. The more you ask, like basically the more you desire, the more you chase something, the more it starts running from you. But when you don't desire anything, you become blissful. So is that tied? I assume that's tied with desire, right?
Say it one more time, sorry.
I'm paraphrasing. I don't know verbatim what he said, but he's like, well, the mind, like, you give the mind something, it just wants more.
Yes, he said that, yeah.
So I'm saying, like, with desire, like, that's where desire comes in, the more part. Like, the more you want, the more miserable you become. But when you don't want anything, or you don't desire, I don't want to say you don't want, you could want your needs met, but when you desire something, that's when you start becoming miserable.
Yes. Yes. Because there's no end to it. The mind, it just keeps going and going. But once you stop the mind, and you pretty much just relax, then you're satisfied with where you're at and what you have. And then what ends up happening, existence gives you more. And then you end up being in a position where you ended up getting what you wanted anyway, but you just didn't have the mind in the way.
That's biblical too, as far as not wanting and not asking for wants in your prayers.
And this goes with everything. It's not just material things. You know, it's not just that, but it's also the spiritual. Like people, they might ask for enlightenment, you know, or ask for wisdom, like you said, ask for knowledge, ask for, you know, to have a nice body. I mean, you just keep asking and asking. But the mind is the issue that he's indicating, where the mind is what's asking. If you stop the mind, then just appreciate existence, be thankful for everything that you have, everything that there is to existence, be in great thankfulness, and then he's saying that things will come on their own accord. Because basically the mind, the nature of the mind is that you can never be grateful when you're operating by the mind, because the mind always wants more than what it has. So when you get rid of the mind, then you'll have true gratefulness. And then when you have true gratefulness, then the energy will come back to you. And then whatever you have at that moment, you're already content. And then when you end up getting more, then you know, it's just, you're still at the same state, you're still content.
What was he saying about gratitude? I had some reference on gratitude. If you should humble yourself, do not expect gratitude or something like that. I don't know.
The way to bliss is through gratitude, thankfulness.
Okay.
Feel thankful for existence. It has given so much. Don't ask for more, and more shall be given to you. Ask and it shall never be given to you. It is given only to those who are grateful. In gratefulness they become receivers. In gratefulness they become worthy. Day 112. People take life for granted, hence there is no gratitude in them. And without gratitude there is no growth. Without gratitude there is no religion. Without gratitude there is no prayer. Religion begins in gratitude and ends in gratitude. It is a journey from gratitude to gratitude. In the beginning it is a seed, in the end it becomes a flower. But the most fundamental fact is that life should not be taken for granted. We have not earned it. It is a gift. It is such a simple and obvious fact. Maybe because it is so obvious, people tend to forget it. Religion does not begin in the belief that God exists. It begins in the awareness that life is a gift. We don't know from whom that has to be inquired into, but one thing is certain, it is a gift. Some unknown force, some mysterious force has given you the most valuable thing. And once this feeling becomes crystallized in you, then the inquiry starts. Godliness is not very far away from gratitude. Day 113. From this moment, start looking at everything as a blessing. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Even when you sometimes feel pain, it is a blessing. You may not understand, but it is a blessing. One day you will understand and you will see that it was a blessing. That it was needed, absolutely needed, and that it helped you, your growth. Even suffering is a blessing. It cleanses. It helps you to become integrated. It takes away childishness. It helps you to become mature. A certain ripeness arises out of suffering. A man who has never suffered remains childish, juvenile, superficial. He can't understand life's deeper meanings. He thinks that life is just a merry-go-round, so he goes on moving from one sensation to another. He's continuously greedy and hankering for all kinds of toys, but they are toys. A man who has suffered enough becomes mature. He can see that toys are toys, not worth the labor, not worth the worry. He can understand the depth and can see other people's lives with more sympathy, with more compassion, with more love. But he has suffered. He knows what suffering is. That makes him more human. So suffering too is a blessing. Watch, observe, and try to find a blessing everywhere. Sometimes it is in disguise, and sometimes not so disguised. Sometimes utterly new. But if you watch, you'll find it's always there, in success, in failure, in pain, in pleasure, in life, in death too. It is there in summer, it is there in winter, it is there in youth, it is there in old age. It is there in health, it is there in illness. I call that person religious who can see blessings everywhere and who cannot find any place, any point which is not a blessing.
I can understand that. At the job, I'm called Grandpa. As a matter of fact, I got a Spanish kid who calls me Grandpa. And old man, and sometimes crazy old man. But able to share my experiences with the youth at the job. And their youth I take as to make me young. And their insight as well I respect. But to be able to give mine and the challenges I've been through, it is, as you say, as the book Osho says, a blessing. Because if you can't give experience to another to assist them not go down the same road that you will fall down the same flight of stairs, and go through the same alleys, it is a blessing of learning. I can see what you're saying. But initially, kind of going through it, or knowing that it's in front of you is not really something that you could see as a blessing until you have gone through it. I think there's something in Buddhism where they say that you do not know yourself until you have gone through the challenge. You do not fully know yourself. And once you have gone through it, then you survive, you can understand, or you will learn to understand.
It reminds me of a quote I had read last night. Wisdom isn't something that you obtain throughout life, it's something that you become.
It's deep. I like that. It's deep. I guess that would be somewhat to the statement of living in the moment. And understanding and appreciating that moment.
Well, wisdom is birthed through experience. Like you can't go to school, for instance, like what Steve was saying, you can't attend a kung fu class and expect to gain wisdom from kung fu. Like you actually have to experience the class. You have to do strength training. You have to fight and get your ass kicked a few times, and you become wise through that. But you don't learn wisdom through that. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. It's like a drive-through. You drive to get your kung fu order. Yeah, I want to get nothing. Right. Can I get a sidekick? Sorry, we got sidekicks today. We got these 3-punch combinations though.
Have you received your wisdom yet?
Right.
Yeah, I gained a little wisdom. I jokingly, back in the day, I was grabbing my wife's collar, and I had a bayonet in the opposite hand. She hit me in both eyes, and she hit me in one eye, both hands. I gained a lot of wisdom from that. Never challenged her again. And we're still together.
Is that because...
I was gonna just joke. Sorry to hear that.
Seems like she won't let you leave.
Shut up. Yes, there.
Oh, you thought you was going somewhere? Sorry.
Can I have my allowance from the money I made?
Allowance. 10%.
She was seriously contemplating getting rid of the puppy this morning.
Really? What happened? Just pooping?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dog
that's why we got rid of ours.
found its way under my bed,
Yeah.
shit it all over everything.
Oh, damn.
Like,
I mean,
you
that's
think it was building a fucking fort. It was like the same pile of different shit on top of one laptop. I'm like, what are you doing?
Damn.
You guys have a carpet? Oh, you have what is wrong?
Pomeranian mixed with a Yorkie or some crap like that.
No, you say carpet or wooden floor?
Oh, both. I had a Persian rug that I bought like for my birthday, and it's so soft and plush. And I saw a pile of dog shit on it, I wanted to cry.
Oh, shit.
And I told her, you better get a fucking Stanley steamer or something for my carpet. And then I woke her up this morning at like 7. I take the dog out. Like, don't even give it a chance to shit. Take it out.
Yeah.
I mean, dogs got to be broken in. You're not going to get away with that as soon as they get in the house. You know?
Well, yeah, this dog hadn't even been here for a week yet. I'm like, so, I mean, I got puppy pads and all that. I even bought it like a gate so it can stay in a specific section until it learns just how to use the pads. But the look on her face was like, I can't deal with this shit. And I was like, kind of happy but kind of pissed because she used my money to pay for it. I'm like, don't you dare get rid of this dog in 1 week.
No, Lord, no.
That's what happened with Jenny. She spent her own money and she bought it herself.
Yeah.
And then she got rid of it in about less than a week. She couldn't handle it.
So that was the problem? The dog just crapping on
Yeah.
everything?
Yeah,
She
you
ain't
can
turned
train-
everywhere.
you can
She
train
just
your
couldn't
dog.
handle it. She just got rid of him. And that's why before she got him, like, look, I ain't paying for it. I ain't cleaning nothing.
She said, I can't
You
nothing.
want it? Then go ahead. And then she paid for it. She got it. She like, no, let me get rid of him. She bought the kennel. She bought all this shit. Sold all of that. But she actually made money.
Yeah.
She actually made money because she got a good deal on it. So she made money from the dog and shit. Maybe she made like $200 or something.
Oh, that's what's up. I should go to the Craigslist this
If you
one.
want to check out Caesar Romero,
What's
the,
up?
Caesar Romero,
The dog whisperer.
Yeah, what about him?
No, I'm just saying that
He was on South
he
Park.
gives a lot of. Say what now?
I said he was on South Park.
Yeah, he was training. What's his
I
name?
can just
Mom or
imagine
something like
that. Caesar Romero of South Park, but no, he has a lot of ideas that could assist. You know, one of them we learned was that where the dog shit, put your nose in it. That know that is wrong. You know, not hit him hard, but around the rear. Say, well, you might like that, huh?
I remember we used to do that.
You said,
You know,
My dad did that with the dog.
yeah, and let the dog know that it is wrong. And then, of course, take the dog out. And it's sometimes, I guess, rewarding of the dog when he does good, and recommending the dog when it does bad. But you'd be amazed at how human the dogs are.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put it in a school.
Yeah, Pet Smart, Petco.
Yeah, I'm gonna let
Yeah,
them
they
train
have
them.
those. Yeah, my wife came up with, I told her no dog over my dead body, right? I saw the cage. You know, I was snapping, then the dog. But I fell in love with the dog after 9 years. The dog was a Labrador Retriever mix.
Oh, okay.
And fully grown, I would say. But it's a lovely dog. And has a human characteristic about itself. You know, but yeah, give it a little time. Don't throw away the dog yet.
I'm chilling, man. I'm just taking it as it comes. Like I look at my carpet and I just dust it off. Like, you know what?
You might have to take a chance and, if she's not willing to go that route, you may have to go that route and train it yourself.
You wake up one morning, he pooped on your hair. You're like, oh, that's a dog.
I could have sworn the dog pooped in her shoe, and I didn't even tell her. Like, I just was like looking at it, hoping, like trash. She saw it though before she couldn't feel it. She said, "What the fuck?"
Surprise!
Anything of value, don't leave it on the floor.
Poops on your mixtape.
Yeah, this is dope shit.
That's that real shit. Penelope.
Got Penelope on the beat. Like Penelope. I mean, dogs are definitely precious, but they definitely need a certain level of attention that
Yeah.
can be very demanding.
Yeah, sometimes I think it's harder than a kid. Because
Yeah.
a kid, you don't gotta take him outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really feel that like, taking a kid could be easier.
I know for sure. I remember I had a dog. This is the only dog I ever had when my brother was born. And, you know, it was easy. As soon as he was born, I gave all the attention, like, being around him. I didn't even walk the dog. I had the dog even in the house.
I like dogs, man. It's just I don't want one right now. You know.
Well, it's kind of like having, even worse than the kid. Like, they need that attention. Like,
Yeah, depending upon the type of dog that you have, I would say, would be good to find out their possible characteristics or their, how wild they can be. A young lady next door to me has one of those feral dogs, not feral, but one that looks like the jackal of Egypt. And they don't stay around that dog, like leave that dog out, that dog will tear the house up. You know, but yeah, the mannerisms, the dog is young, I would say, get a cage and that'd be a timeout cage. If it's young enough to, you want to go that route, you know.
that's highly effective. I got a cousin who's good with dogs, and he even talked to his dog. He's like, King, like, what are you doing? Dog just looked and walked to the cage. I'm like, damn, how you do that? You're like, man, I just got scared.
They will know your voice.
Yeah,
How your
yeah.
voice
Like, I didn't know that was
sounds.
possible. I'm like, dude, out of all people, I'm like, you actually, like, dude, you need, like, training in life, but you can train a dog to do this?
Dude, think about like how women say that they're all dogs. That's how they be training us and shit. Like, what you doing? You turn around. You turn around. Go back.
I'm in agreement. Don't piss them off either. If they do that look, oh, you better go sit down somewhere. You know, I tell you. Yeah, they do call us dogs. They do, and I don't have that dog.
I pissed her off the other day. She's like, I feel like I'm just living with two dogs.